There was a teenage girl. She struggled during her high school years. Oftentimes, there was no money for her to buy lunch, so she will climb trees and just drink water during lunch break and recess break. She was late for school 99.9% of the time because she did not have money most of the time to go to school. And so she'll be standing by the road waiting on someone to give her a free ride to school. Sometimes she will have money but will have to choose between buying lunch and transportation. And this situation went on for years until she graduated from high school. During those moments, she felt like quitting, but something deep inside of her urged her not to quit. She kept telling herself that there was more to life than this suffering that she felt at the time. And this is what made her persevere. And that teenage girl is me. Hi everyone. I hope that you are having a great day. My name is Ophelia, and today I want to talk about transforming your mind, making the changes that are necessary for you to move forward, for you to progress in life. Your mind, whether you make it, whether you don't make it, if you feel like a victim, if you allow what others say to discourage you, if you talk yourself out of moving past your past experiences, it's all in the mind. Whatever you think directs your actions, and ultimately your actions determines the quality of life for you. Your action determines the quality of life that you will have. Today, I can understand your fear. We are trained by society to fear what we do not understand, to fear what we do not know, and to stay in a place where we are feeling comfortable. But if you want to grow, you have to be willing to feel uncomfortable, willing to look fear in the eye and step forward, make the first step in your life. Willing to be brave in spite of your fear, in spite of the negative self-talks, in spite of the criticisms, in spite of the people who tell you that you can never amount to anything, in spite of the people who will try to remind you of where you came from every time you make a move to better yourself. But I'm telling you today that you and only you can determine the quality of your life. If you want to become all that you can be, you have to be able to transform your mind. Reflect on your life, what you want for yourself, and go and get it. Now, I am not going to tell you that it is easy. I am not even going to sit down and pretend that moving out of your comfort zone, looking fear in the eye, having rejection after rejection from others. You might apply for a job and you're being rejected. I'm not going to tell you it's easy, because it's not. After a while, you start feeling as if there's no hope. You're going to feel like there is no hope. You're going to feel like quitting. You're going to feel like giving up. You're going to ask yourself, what's the sense? I have failed once, twice, 3 times. What is the sense? But if you quit, you will never succeed at what it is that you want to do. Your mind is going to tell you the reasons why you cannot have what you want for yourself. People are going to tell you. The naysayers are going to tell you that it is not possible. But you look them in the eye and tell them impossible is just a big word. Tell them that you have your vision. They would not see it, but you see your vision. And only you can make your vision a reality. No matter what they try to tell you, you believe in yourself. Even if you have to leave some people behind, because you would not want people who are going to be telling you negative things around you. The people who are going to discourage you, who are going to discourage you from persevering, just blank them out. Find people who are positive, who will encourage you, and if no one even attempt to encourage you, encourage yourself. Wake up every day with a purpose and take small steps towards achieving your goals. Now, I refer back to that story as a teenager, and I remember all the crying. I remember all the times I cried. I remember all the times when I looked at other people's life, my other colleagues, my other classmates' lives. And I remember how sad I felt because they seemed to have it all and I had nothing. But I was wrong. I may not have had the financial means, I may not have had those things, the comfort of and the luxury of living in a functional family where I have both parents supporting me, but I had one thing. I had my vision. I had my hopes and my dreams of becoming something other than what I was. I had a purpose. There is no coincidence why I chose to study and focus on education. Because all my life, my aim, my goals were, my vision of myself in the future was being shaped. And I did not realize it. I never realized that what I really wanted to do was reach out to people who are feeling discouraged. And if you are a teenager, you're in school, this message is for you. If you're a young adult out of school without a job, this message is for you. If you are 40 years old and you have been trying all your life to make things work, to try and achieve your purpose in life, and you have been failing, this message is for you. Do not quit. Whatever you do, do not quit. Sometimes we have stumbling blocks in our lives, and they are not there to prevent us from moving on. They are not there to make us feel like if we are victims. They are there to guide us, to direct us. I remember when the first time I signed up for my online courses at Walden University. I did not know what to expect. So I went into the online classroom a couple of days before the classes opened. And there was so much tabs to navigate, so many links to click. There was a virtual tour. I clicked on that and I was going through the different things. But after a while, when my mind was saying to me, oh my God, look at all the things that you need to do. Bearing in mind that I did not have much online experience from what I taught myself. So I was totally out of my comfort zone. And believe it or not, I was paralyzed with fear. And my mind was saying to me, Ophelia, you are in the wrong place. This is not for you. You are 30, I think I was about 34, 33, 34 years old. And this online thing is for younger people. This is not for you. But the same inner fight that I had when I went through those difficult years as a teenager in school, that made me persevere in spite of all the unfavorable conditions under which I was attending secondary school. That same inner fighting spirit is what came to the forefront and said to me, Ophelia, do not quit. Reach out to someone and get some comfort, because I really, really felt anxious. I was terrified. So I did the next best thing. I emailed the professor and I told him, I said, I feel like if I am in the wrong place. I said, I feel like quitting because I don't know, I don't understand what is happening here. And he responded almost immediately to me, and he said, he quoted a scene from Shakespeare regarding my name, the character Ophelia and Hamlet. And he pointed to the time when Ophelia was forbidden to see Hamlet, and though she accepted the order, before she did, her reply to her father and her brother was very brave. I think she told her father that something to the effect of being a green girl along that line. So, and telling her brother that he is trying to show her a thorny way to heaven while he is going through a rosy way to heaven, something along that line, equating it to a pastor who shows the audience a rosy way, a thorny way to heaven, while they are having a smooth way to heaven. So whatever it was that she told the pastor, her brother and her father, it was brave. It was deemed the acts of bravery during those Shakespearean times when women were not allowed to speak back to the men in their lives. And he quoted that scene to me. And when he quoted that scene to me, he said to me, don't be hard on yourself. You are going to make it. Just take one step at a time, and I am here to guide you. The course was English composition. And it was not just the course I was scared about. It was the unfamiliar environment, the learning environment, all the links and all the whole complex looking makeup of the classroom that overwhelmed me. So, in closing, I just want to encourage you, whatever stage you are in your life, not to give up. Don't let fear cripple you from following your dreams. Don't look at what is already behind you. Don't look at the past mistakes that you've made. Don't look at the past suffering. Don't feel like if you're a victim. Instead of, looking at yourself as a victim, you aim at transforming your mind by making the necessary changes that you need to make, figuring out your purpose in life, what it is that makes you happy, what is it that you love to do that makes you feel happy doing it, and is of service to others. Because what is it that make you happy, or to make others happy as well? And do not worry about how you will get there. As you saw as you heard before in my teenage years, I went through all those years in school. And even if I had worried about how I would get there, I still took the necessary steps. I still showed up to school because even at that age, I was disciplined. I showed up to school even though I was late. And the same thing as I went through the Walden University program, I showed up. I did all of my assignments. I seek help. Whether it's tutorial, most of the time it was tutorial because I was living far away and didn't have much help around me. But seek tutorial, listen to the discussions from others, and I showed initiative. Don't worry about how you will get there. Oftentimes we have our goals and we have our dreams and we just think about them all the time without making a step because we're wondering that how are we going to get there? We don't have the resources, we don't have the money, we don't have anything. I didn't have any money when I was most times I was broke because I was a teenager with a mother who had all these responsibilities and was not working. And there were times when she just didn't have anything to give me. And even if you worry how you're going to get there, that in itself is not so bad. But if you make that worry stop you from even trying, that is what is bad. You're going to worry. It's natural that we worry. But every time you feel worry, tell yourself that you are not quitting. When I started at Walden University, I was paralyzed with fear. I reached out to the professor and he responded positively. It calmed my nerves and I decided that I was going to take it one step at a time as he suggested to me. And with that, as I took one step at a time, sometimes what we do tend to do is look forward to the future and we become overwhelmed. We become anxious because we see this mountain before us and we feel to ourselves that we do not have the resources, we do not have the energy, we do not have what it takes inside of us to move forward. But if we take one baby step at a time, we will get there. The important thing is to start and to keep going at it. It's like a plant. You plant it, you plant a seed, you keep watering it, you keep watering the seed, and eventually it grows into a seedling. You keep watering it, you keep caring it, and eventually it grows into a fruitful plant. This same concept we can apply to our lives. We cannot get things just fall in our lap. It does not happen. All those fairy tales that we grew up with, that we imagine that we will just become successful, it doesn't just happen like that. I believe that everyone who has been successful has been through trials and tribulations. And when I say successful, I'm not talking about just monetary success, but successful in helping other people, of being of service to others, about achieving whatever little goals you are. Because you see, life is not about just going up there one time. It's about achieving all those personal goals that you set for yourself. For instance, with me, my first personal goal as a teenager would have been to finish school. And so I worked towards that despite the unfavorable circumstances. After that, it was getting a job. It took me years to do that, including a pregnancy, which my son is 20 years old today. But I achieved that goal. After I got into the nursing program, from there I started thinking about advancing myself. So this is growth. Growth is not just one shoot to the top. It's steps, baby steps, and as you go, you figure things out. But you must have a clear vision as to where you want to go. What is the purpose for doing what you're doing? The ultimate purpose is what will guide you towards that goal. Because if you don't know exactly what it is that you want to do, you're going to find yourself moving from here to there and spreading your energy all over instead of focusing on the things that takes you to the goal that you want to achieve. So that is all for today. I want to encourage everyone viewing this video to share it with someone else that you think might need some inspiration, and to like, comment, give me your views on it. You could also visit my website for more encouraging, motivational stuff. I have some articles that mention some of the experiences I would have had as a teenager, and that would have and my thoughts on them and how I viewed them and how I overcame them. So if you want more inspiration, visit my site cupidandI.com. And you could sign up for my weekly emails, as well as visit my fan page, cupidandI.com, motivational blogs and poems. So the best for you in the future, and remember, positive energy always. Bye.